which will be totally useless for you because nobody's ever even gonna look your way until college. Sorry, I don't know what that was. That was so random. Hello, cake pops and flip-flops. I'm going to be showing you my outfits of the week, many of which you will never fully replicate because you have crippling insecurities, and or your mom will yell at you for walking out of the house dressed like a tart.
I feel seen.
Video after video, you're lulled into a vortex of Vanilla Yankee Candle and copyright-free iMovie background music. You don't realize in those moments, this is the last gasping breath of your childhood, and it is sublime. The Michelle Phan Barbie transformation tutorial changed my life. Okay, I am being dramatic, but still. Few videos are able to lull me into such a deep state of comfort and relaxation. It just scratches that sweet spot in my brain that's at the intersection of nostalgia and the color pink. Seriously, this video is like a visual sedative. Watching her earliest YouTube upload is particularly jarring. Did she know just how iconic, just how trailblazing this would be? It feels like witnessing a Mesopotamian carve the first wheel. But then I thought, wait, what happened to her again? Matter of fact, what happened to all of those 2010s beauty/lifestyle creators? I feel like one of them is dead. Don't say that. So I did some digging. And I mean, I have time. I'm a content creator, which is one step above unemployed, but less dignified. Now, disclaimer, I am not an investigative journalist, okay? Don't let these glasses fool you. I only wear them to give off the impression that I'm an intellectual. Also because I'm practically blind. I tried my best to get information that is accurate. But if I do happen to say something that you know is wrong, or it's just missing some context, just please let me know in the comment section down below because I don't want to be spreading any misinformation about a person. Also, let me know, who were the girlies that you were watching during this time period? Comment them down below. Let's see if they're on this list. Am I trying to shamelessly get some more engagement? Absolutely. Without further ado, here's what happened to them. I'm such a talented writer. First up, we got the blueprint herself, Michelle Phan. In 2007, the year of Soldier Boy, Michelle uploaded her first video to YouTube, which at that point was a 240-pixel gulag. It wasn't until she uploaded her Lady Gaga-inspired makeup tutorials that her channel really blew up. The seductive vampire one in particular had a chokehold on me. Did I ever attempt these looks? Of course not. That was not the point of watching these videos. 2010 to 2015 was her #girlboss era. I say that unironically because this was before the phrase got think-pieced to death during the 47th and a half wave of feminism, which I think is just essentially repackaged patriarchy, but now you can be trans. She began working with Lancome. She launched My Glam, a monthly subscription service in 2011, which later rebranded to Ipsy, and founded M Cosmetics under L'Oreal in 2013. I even remember her NYC vlog where she visited their headquarters, featuring her cute boyfriend who was like European or Canadian, I don't know, something exotic. In 2015, she bought her shares of M from L'Oreal, and in 2017, she sold her shares in Ipsy for an alleged $35 million. Now, remember that detail, okay? Her brand at its peak was valued around $500 million. Now, Michelle's first hiatus was in 2016. During summer of 2017, she uploaded the video Why I Left, in which she confesses that aspects of her online success had massive negative impacts on her mental health, in addition to dealing with some major lawsuits. So she understandably took a break and booked it to Switzerland. She would sporadically upload on her channel for the next few years. Similar to every other creator on this list, it was during the late 2010s that I and you probably stopped keeping up with Michelle Phan and her OG beauty/lifestyle influencer contemporaries. Now, I would occasionally get curious about her, and because I had no life, I would look her up. Oh, a new Thanksgiving vlog. Why is that door so big? Now, things didn't start to get strange until about 2020, when she got into some hot water for claiming that a mixture of essential oils would kill the virus that shall not be named before it entered your system. Okay. During 2021, truly the year of the crypto scammer and the visual abominations that were NFTs, Michelle got some flack for posting regularly about Bitcoin. To be fair, she was actually an early adopter of crypto, even tweeting about investing in Bitcoin and Ethereum in 2018. But 2021 is when she became more evangelical about it. Now, if you were like me, around this time, you were hearing whispers here and there about Michelle Phan joining a cult. And I thought, did she get an Equinox membership or something? During a series of Instagram stories in 2022, Michelle claimed that she had healed a man who was in a wheelchair for years. This is the screenshot that I distinctly remember. I just assumed that most rich people in LA are perpetually in a state of light psychosis, so I didn't think much of it at the time. Apparently, these posts came after a meditation retreat hosted by Dr. Joe Dispenza, which Phan states consisted of only sleeping 4 hours a day, meditating for 5 hours straight, no breaks, not even to tinkle or drop the kids off at the pool, and learning science for 2 hours. 5 a.m. intentional meditation, focusing on activating transporting our bodies to the quantum field. Let's freaking go.
I didn't, man.
Okay. Many people's alarms were going off. Now, I just assumed that this Dr. Dispenza was some fringe leader. No, he's fairly mainstream. Dispenza is a trained chiropractor who began his spiritual journey after a horrible accident which doctors told him would permanently damage his spine. Despite this, Dispenza claims that he was able to reprogram his brain and heal himself by, quote, reconstructing his spine in his mind, vertebrae by vertebrae. Much of his public speaking and philosophy has to do with the mind over body approach. A lot of manifestation, meditation, overcoming the limitations of your mind. Most of his mainstream content consists of this. The more controversial aspects of his philosophy have to do with his claims of spontaneous remission, which is healing medical conditions, including terminal and irreversible ones, miraculously. Now, faith healers are not anything new.
We've seen it grow. We've seen arms and legs that stop growing because the growth cells that stop. Mandada basata. I don't make this stuff up.
However, Dispenza's approach is more of like a new age quantum physics, allegedly teaching people how to tap into the quantum field and restructure reality. I'm assuming this is what they're learning in those 2 hours of science class. According to people who have actually attended one of his retreats, some of which can cost upwards of $2,000, there are 3-day periods in which groups will engage in coherence healings, where the most sick individuals, who are hand-selected by Dispenza's team ahead of time, are surrounded and have healing energy directed towards them. Assumedly, this is what Fawn was talking about when she claimed to have healed a man in a wheelchair. There is no way of verifying any of these claims. Do not get me wrong. I do not blame people, especially chronically ill individuals, for not wanting to be lifelong medical patients or seeking a natural alternative, considering that the medical industry and big pharma in particular do have a vested interest in keeping people sick. I believe that prayer, meditation, positive thinking can result in improvements to people's lives. But so often these healers, besides making very dubious scientific claims, take advantage of incredibly physically and emotionally vulnerable people while asking them to fork over a check. Obviously, Michelle's fans became increasingly concerned, especially considering how she'd been open about her struggles with mental health into them earlier. But I knew y'all wanted to hear about the stuff first. Don't lie to me. I know you did. But what a doozy. In 2014, she got sued by Ultra Records for copyright infringement, not by the artists themselves, the record company. They claimed that her usage of their artists' music caused substantial and irreparable injury, which is why we will be demanding $150,000. Total? No. Per infringement. How many infringements are there? 50. What? For now. So how much is that total? 15 million. Wait, no, that's 7.5 million. Oh, my sweet summer child. Ultra Records and our publishing arm, Ultra International Music Publishing, can both make separate claims on the same songs because the copyrights are divided between the two companies, which means that we can legally double the amount that we're demanding. When I tell you that record companies are the devil, they settled out of court, so I don't know what the end result of this was. This experience inspired Michelle to invest in Thematic, a free peer-to-peer music marketplace that seeks to help content creators find music for their videos while concurrently promoting aspiring musicians. She also got screwed by her former lawyer, Michael Avenatti, who you might remember as being Stormy Daniels' attorney, who wine moms that exclusively watch MSNBC and Shonda Rhimes shows would lust after. In 2022, he was sentenced to 14 years in federal prison for multiple fraud convictions. Remember when I mentioned her selling her Ipsy shares? Well, Avenatti allegedly stole
Score up to 60% off Christmas trees at Michael's. Plus, get 40% off holiday floral, decor, ribbon, and so much more. Save on Max collectibles, including Michael's exclusives, and shop creative DIYs for merry making.
When it was the right time for my wife and I to launch our small business, we chose LegalZoom to create our LLC and business license. They made it so
$1 million from Fan after that sale. Now, what Michelle chooses to do with her life is her business, but I can understand why fans are concerned, and I hope that she's doing well. Regarding the lawsuits, when I was doing research—
You mean Google and Reddit?
Shut up! I could only find information pertaining to the Ultra Records situation. It was thanks to the channel Spill that I heard about the Avenatti lawsuit, and credit to the channel Uncle Herman, because it was through him that I first learned about Michelle's crypto tangent, which then allowed me to do my own research on the two topics. So thank you to Spill and Uncle Herman. If you want more in-depth information on Michelle's life and some of her other scandals, which I do not have enough time to get into, please check out their videos. I will link everything down below. Moving on to my not-so-guilty pleasure, Tila Dunn. A former child actor from Jersey, Tila started out making haul videos in 2012. Now, I am not proud to admit this, but my friend and I used to cringe watch her as teens.
Before you start dating them.
And this is despite being crustier, poorer, and lonelier than her at the time, also currently. Her early videos are an absolute time capsule of 2012 quirky XD culture. Gosh, the Tumblr aesthetic, these nuts. Was it kind of cringe? Yeah, but they were kids. I probably would have acted like this too if I was making 2011 room tours, in between updating my delusional dream life Pinterest board. Now they're oddly comforting to watch. I can practically smell the probably carcinogenic Bath & Body Works or Victoria's Secret's fragrances emanating from this video. Tila's content was the standard beauty girly package: makeup, hair, clothes, which then evolved into relatable sketches, relationship videos. She became infamous for her boyfriend/kissing content.
You guys dared us to make out for 10 seconds, but I did that last time, so we're gonna do 20.
Keep your hands on me and take it off, and then I'm gonna show you how to break it off. Yeah. I don't remember the rest of the lyrics, but it's an Ariana Grande song.
Girl, we know you wrote that comment. This exclusively lily white roster of menfolk plucked out of a 1950s country club got Tila a lot of criticism.
What do they say?
Called white man's.
This is also a condition that I am recovering from. I'm sorry. I can't. Her common white girl tag video.
First question, favorite Starbucks drink? Okay, this is like the best question in the universe because I'm a Starbucks addict.
Did not help the wannabe white allegations.
It's what I'm mixed with.
You're mixed. With what?
African American, German, French,
Black,
a little bit of
Black.
Indian inside of me, Creole.
white men,
I think that's about
Black.
it, but I'm mostly German and African American.
Which, by the way, put a pin in that. The girl got flack left and right. People accused her of only hanging out with other influencers for clout, which, to be fair, everyone did this to an extent. The mutualistic symbiosis of strategic collabs was huge during the mid-2010s. Her unofficial content friend group was the Savage Squad, who would post voyeuristic vlogs together. Anyway, they drifted apart, which happens, and there's drama there, which I'm not gonna get into because, hold on, wait, look at my notes. Oh, that's right, I don't care. She gradually stopped uploading as frequently. The late 2010s is really when you start seeing this community have their views drop. Creators got burnt out, their audience grew up and moved on to adult things, like playing the devil's advocate for Lana Del Rey, or developing a jewel addiction. Tila still continues to act in television and movies. She remains active on Instagram, where she seems to be living the standard LA influencer life, doing Pilates, drinking from straws, farting in the wind on yachts, crop dusting people in smaller boats. At least that's what I would do. Hold on. Yup, those are her little brown buns. Girl, why are you posting this? She's also on TikTok, where she be dancing. Tila is also back on YouTube, and she admits that she regrets some of the relationship content that she posted in the past. Now, regarding the wannabe white accusations, this is a very loaded statement, since one, she seemed to have grown up in a white upper middle class environment, so she was probably just emulating the people around her, who were, the basic white girls, no shade, because I think that aesthetic is very pleasing. At that age, I dressed like I was either postpartum or a grandma that's about to lose her 401k at a casino. So I'm not in a position to judge anyone for wearing Brandy Melville. Two, if she was faking it, perhaps it's because she thought that would help her fit in, not just in her friend group, but in the online influencer sphere, which at the time was like Hall & Oates level white. I don't think that this is ideal or recommended, but it is understandable for a young person to do this. Three, how exactly was she even meant to act black? Did y'all want her to crip walk while reciting I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings? And four, this is going to be a bit of armchair psychology on my part, but if she was genuinely rejecting her blackness, it was probably due to internalized self-hatred, which unfortunately is not very surprising because she was one of the only black girls in that community. Looking back at this as an adult, if that was the case, this should have been responded to with sympathy, not mockery, but we were dumb teens, and making Tila Dunn thinks that she's dark white jokes was just easier. Like, I'm not gonna front. I made those jokes too, but I digress. She seems to be doing well, and her kissing videos have made an ironic comeback on TikTok. I wish you well, Tila. Now, heads up, there will be mentions of and discussed in some of the following segments. Nothing too in-depth or gory, but I will offer timestamps when they're coming up if you want to skip ahead. Moving on to Acacia Brinley. If you were on Tumblr from 2010 to 2015, you have probably seen her doing this infamous, dare I say, iconic pose. This photo is making it into textbooks. Mark my words. I'll staple them in myself if I have to. I think it belongs in the MoMA. She technically wasn't famous for being a YouTuber, but she was one of the unofficial it girls of the era, so I think she makes sense to include in this video. Thank you to the Tumblr blog Brinley Babe and Snoopy Stories on Medium, because they posted a lot of juicy info that I could not have Nancy Drewed my way into finding. Acacia's original Tumblr handle was Let's Snuggle, and she'd post a lot of selfies on there. The first whiff of controversy came with
You know those sticky cases you can put on the mirror and direct? I wonder how people do it. A new skin.
an alleged leak of risque photos, which might have been from an ex, might have been her own doing. I'm not entirely sure if it was the former, shame on him. If it was the latter, she was
right
a
now
kid.
you're writing the script.
About what? The products?
Yeah, this is everything I'm about to talk about in your video. So start with a hook. You're gonna be like, this is my face, my skincare routine. You're gonna talk about like the cleanser. So talk about the cleanser. Give like a couple key points of it, like just a couple. You don't want it to be too long. And then talk about the next step, the next step, the next step. Give a couple key points.
Okay, and then what's after that?
After you write the script,
Yeah.
record you talking. Like
record me talking? Like,
yeah, because you're gonna extract that audio.
That don't make sense. The
How,
audio
baby?
is already the audio. I can't be talking again. The audio is gonna, like me live talking to the screen recording.
Yes.
That's when I'm putting on like the product.
No, you don't. You're not talking at the same time you put on the product. You're extracting the audio. The audio that you extracted is going to be used while you're doing the putting on the products.
Right. So I wouldn't be talking when I'm putting on the product because I already have.
Yeah, that's what I
audio
said.
extracted.
Yeah.
But isn't the audio can also be used when I'm doing the B-roll, like showing each product?
Yeah.
Like when the audio that I extracted about each product, I could use that when I'm showing the B-roll because that's showing.
That's exactly what you're doing.
Right. But then there's also comes a point where I need to show my face in the video as well.
Yes, the hook, and like the outro. That's when you need to show your face.
So that's it. That's all the video. And intro with the hook, the B-roll.
I'm just saying, start off with the audio. Start off with that, because that's the biggest chunk that you gotta do.
Okay, so the audio, which is talking about the products themselves.
Yes, that's what you're writing the script for right now.
Right, and then I'm saying at any point in that video, do I need to show my own face in it?
Yes, while you put it on the products. Why you should put it on the products.
But in this case, you know how I have two cleansers, I can't really show that part.
You don't need to, just hold it up.
Okay.
Yeah, and then show the texture of it. But like
Right.
while you put on the moisturizers and stuff, you can put that on.
So what audio would be for that part?
The script that you're writing, babe.
So it's still the extracted audio?
Yes.
So I'm not talking live at any point?
Only the intro and the outro.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm just trying to specify that part.
Okay.
who made a stupid mistake. Unfortunately, the hate that she got from that resulted in her deleting that first Tumblr blog. Her YouTube channel, Acacia Cutie, has been scrubbed clean of pretty much all of her older videos. But her first run from 2012 is still up, and it is very 2012. Man, this script is really something. Joan Didion has nothing on me. This video was giving me like PTSD flashbacks. Her bump in fame and the second whiff of controversy came in the most 2010s teeny bopper fashion, with her relationship and subsequent breakup with Sam Potteroff, who was a member of the collaborative YouTube channel O2L. Her breakup announcement video is seared into my memory.
Me and Sam broke up. I still will have sad moments in the future. But for now, there is a smile on my face. I'm in my bathroom. That's where I shower. Okay. Well, what? Keep a smile on your faces. All your little pretty faces. Meow.
I'm going to reenact this entire video as a monologue. O2L fans speculated that she really just wanted to date Kian Lawley, who was another member of the group, and she was just using Sam for clout. Either way, R.I.P. Sam Keisha, 2012 to 2012. There was a lot of misogynistic teen girl snark in people's critiques of her at the time. She just dates too many guys, and she changes her style all the time. She's just copying other people that she needs. She only became punk rock to impress 5 Seconds of Summer. Now, by the way, if you are a former 5 Seconds of Summer fan watching this, I sincerely hope that you overcame your crippling plaid shirt addiction. In 2014, she joined the group Watercolor Band and embarked on a short-lived music career that she also got clowned for.
It's a long ride home at the end of the road. I'll be paving my own way. Tell the top I'll be here to stay. So take my name. Remember this space. Keep the change and have a nice day. Live for the moment.
Because you want the viewers to be interested in me.
Yeah.
Capture their attention right off the bat. So it's something about having good skin, glass skin, Korean skincare, relate that to it. Because this is Korean.
Well, you could do that for the outro. You just gotta talk about the product. So the first step. So just go step by step. So you're talking about the cleansers, right? So you're talking
the intro.
Intro.
Hook.
Yes.
The
Don't worry.
hook can't just go right into it.
And the hook is we're recording live. Don't worry about that. Just let it be natural. Just do what you need to do is do the product stuff first. Okay.
Look, I hate to shade someone this young, but Acacia girl, the vocals just are not there. She was in her Warp Tour era when she met Jairus Kersey, who was in a band called Alive Like Me. She was 17, he was 23. He pulled a Wilder Valderrama and claimed that they didn't actually start dating until she was 18, even though there is evidence to the contrary. At this point, being predatory is practically a prerequisite to being a guy in a band. They had their first child, Brynley, when Acacia was 19, followed by Rosemary and then Calliope. Rosemary was born with Alagille syndrome, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, which is a genetic disorder that can affect the liver, heart, and other parts of the body due to bile buildup in the liver. After she became a mother, she made a return to social media with a very cozy, sweater-wearing, granola-making vibe. This is where a lot of people began to criticize Acacia because she seemed to show preferential treatment to her first daughter. I'm gonna try and keep it concise, but she would allegedly show favoritism to Brynley by leaving Rosemary ungroomed, not dressing her properly, and then going on a family hike. And this was allegedly right after Rosemary had open heart surgery due to the medical condition that I mentioned earlier, leaving her unsupervised and not physically supporting her properly as an infant, which apparently led to their family dog accidentally stepping on her. I don't feel comfortable speculating about the details of their home life any further. Her other controversies include, of course, the unearthing of racist tweets and Instagram posts, a classic at this point. I always assume that the unearthed comments are going to be heinous, like my 2.0, the squeakquel. But they're usually just like stupid fried chicken jokes. Their bigotry doesn't even have the decency of being original. In 2020, she made an apology video after previously having deflected these comments by pointing to her younger adopted sister who happened to be black. So, you know, like, how can I be prejudiced when I don't know, share goldfish snacks with her? And she got sauteed and filleted in this comment section. In 2021, she had another social media hiatus after allegedly getting caught stealing and reselling photo editing presets created by Ash Levy. Now, presets are a saved group of photo editing settings that can transform your edit with a click of the preset. According to Levy, Acacia purchased them and then put them up for sale as her own. Now, when Acacia came back to social media, she did post a receipt showing that she had paid the creator back in full, so I think this conflict might be resolved. Acacia and her husband Jairus divorced in December of 2022. There were rumors of him being a cheater years back, but it is hard to verify any of these claims, and she has not stated that that was the reason behind the split. She has been posting more consistently recently. She does not post her kids anymore, and she's fully embracing being single. According to her vlogs, she seems to be working part-time in food delivery and is just living a quaint life. Now, onto Glitter Forever 17, aka Breland Kent. I stumbled upon a TikTok of hers recently, and the audio got muted, but she opens the video by saying, "Here are some of the places my gay husband and I did drugs. I beg your finest pardon?" That sounded like the synopsis of a lost season of Grace and Frankie, or the upcoming season of Euphoria. Now, let's take a step back. Breland uploaded her first YouTube video in 2011. Her videos were standard makeup, hair, nails. Very Jersey, in my opinion. Even though she is from Louisiana, I choose not to believe it. She hit her stride by leaning into the neon-drenched DIY and edible insert thing that should not be edible craze that plagued 2015. However, she would then sprinkle in oddly adult-themed videos, which led to the most bizarre assortment of content on her homepage.
DIY gummy pizza.
DIY prison hacks.
Edible phone cases.
DIY hacks that can save your life. This got her a lot of criticism because she was clearly tailoring her channel towards the "you got games on your phone" contingent, especially considering how odd, disturbing, or gross some of the imagery in these videos were. There was a very Black Mirror-esque Vice mini-documentary about Breland that came out a year ago, which I highly recommend watching. Now, she claims in the doc that she'd actually created this weird DIY YouTuber as a character, and that she was deliberately trying to farm rage comments for engagement. In 2017, she got...
For 3 years in a row, Chevy has earned more J.D. Power Initial Quality Awards than any other brand. With a high-tech SUV, the all-electric Equinox.
Married to Slava Adviv, who is a former Slavic boy band member. That's a lie, but I can see it.
Slava came into the picture, and I announced that we were in a relationship. People
created a short film discussing her SA, which was quite a jarring rewatch, but it was met with a lot of support from her followers. The same year, she starred in a YouTube Red original, Me and My Grandma, alongside Rhea Perlman.
Take a look at you and me. You chose books. I chose looks.
By the way, Ava is half Polish, hence the last name, and I distinctly remember there being this weird discourse, it was just people like tweeting and commenting about her only claiming her Polish side, which is already a loaded statement, but I cannot find any evidence of people talking about this online. Do you remember what I'm talking about? Am I crazy? In 2019, she starred in the series How to Survive a Breakup on the channel Awesomeness, which used to showcase the most bubblegum kids content, and oh my gosh, Jacob Sartorius, what are you doing here? But they'd still dabble in that
Hee, we know kids will click on this when their parents aren't looking.
kind of clickbait content. Oh my gosh, Tila? Shauna?
You is smart, you is kind, you is important. Really? Hell no!
Man, this channel is a time capsule. Now their most popular uploads are videos like, "Vaping took everything. Vaping took my freedom." I mean, yes, vape bad, but more importantly, vape embarrassing. But, I mean, talk about tonal whiplash. Her vlog channel was created in 2017 and really showcases her evolution as a director and cinematographer. In 2022, she uploaded the video, "I Quit Being a YouTuber."
I don't want to act anymore like I'm this YouTuber from 2015. Like, I'm just not. And even if that might like get views and be sensational content and be like really quickly edited and really funny, it's time for a change.
She dabbles in music under the stage name Marisol, which is her middle name, and she DJs. A lot of her music is mostly EDM, which, I mean, checks out. I like it. It's very swaying in a chic club in Tribeca, sipping on a vodka Red Bull through a tiny straw. It's fine, it's keto. She moved to New York City from
You doing your B-roll first? Okay, so I can keep my video.
LA in 2023 with her giant Norwegian boyfriend Olaf. Her more recent videos are a lot cozier, more relaxed, more artsy. She's also talked about getting some tweaks done. New nose alert. She is in her bleached brow bob haircut era. Her Instagram content is very fashion focused, very New York. I don't know why I did a French accent for that. She's modeling, she's collaborating with high fashion brands. Ava is 30 now, and she seems to have found her aesthetic and her little corner of the sky. Literally, my life is, oh my gosh, I don't know what came over me. Dope2111, aka Promise Fan. This girl was the Halloween/costume makeup tutorial girly, including many a celebrity. Twitter is not gonna like that one. Her Taylor Swift one in particular is so creepy. This is borderline shapeshifting. I feel like she's gonna crawl out of the screen and tell me to buy Speak Now on vinyl. Promise uploaded her first video to YouTube in 2010 in full avatar makeup. Her first tutorial was a Natari transformation. If you haven't watched the film, she's the woman. She is married to Michelle Phan's brother, hence the same last name, and they would collab together occasionally. Her videos were so relaxing to watch when I was younger. They were the first glimpse I had into how truly transformative makeup could be. Now I could commit identity theft. She created her second channel, Promise Fan, in 2012, which featured more challenge and family-related content. Her most popular videos on her main page, though, tended to be Disney-related. To think that it was thanks to iPad babies that she was able to make a down payment on her house, I'm jealous. The only controversy around her at the time was due to some of her transformations being, well, technically in her 2018 Zofia transformation video, Zofia is a white singer from the show The Four, more like The What. Thank you. I'm here all week. The girl has dreads, so during the video, Promise wore a dreadlock wig from the Wheezy collection. I'm just kidding. She actually scalped that man from Glee. This prompted accusations of cultural appropriation, but there wasn't really much of an uproar. By 2019, her views steadily began to decline. Still doing well, but not pulling the numbers that she used to, which, you know, happens. By 2020, she was barely uploading. In 2021, she uploads a video. My secret is finally out. You're not really Asian, are you?
So I have, after 10 years, finally did a collab with a brand. Guys, I did a collab with Pixie Beauty.
She stopped uploading to her second channel altogether in 2021. After struggling with fertility issues for over a decade, she was finally able to get pregnant. And now she has a beautiful little boy named Cairo.
YouTube Premium is ad-free YouTube. And YouTube Music Premium, a whole app just for streaming music, uninterrupted. Try 1 month free.
Was born in 2021. In 2024, her family had to move after their roof caved in due to the tropical storm Hillary. Her Instagram has been inactive since 2016, besides the one post announcing her Pixie collab. I assume she's just taking a step back to focus on her son. Andrea's Choice, aka Andrea D. Brooks. Andrea's first YouTube video was uploaded in 2009. I was introduced to her via her DIY Galaxy short tutorial. Did I ever actually make them? No. Are you noticing a trend here? She used to be a teacher of disabled adults, but once that YouTube money came in, she said, sayonara, Hot Wheels. Just kidding, she's not a bad person. She would never say that, but I would. She did DIY, makeup, hair, challenges, the lot. She gave off a big sister vibe, especially because, you know, she was actually old enough to be able to rent a car and wasn't a teenager like everybody else at the time. Plus, she was gorgeous. Homegirl has not uploaded a video on her channel in 5 years. She allegedly left YouTube after going through a rough mental period in her life, with YouTube just not making her happy anymore. She allegedly had a 2021 life update video, which is now deleted. I was not able to watch it, but according to people on Reddit, she was receiving comments about her eye movements being strange and her looking unstable, which is speculated to be the reason that she deleted it. Again, I could not confirm any of this. She is 38 years old now, so so I assume that she just stacked her coin and wants to move on with her life. Andrea is still somewhat active on her Instagram and TikTok, and she is still gorgeous. Side note, I saw people claiming that her sister dated fellow light-skinned nuisance Drake, and that he wrote a song about her. I suppose she, or as Drake remembers her, racially ambiguous woman number 557, made quite the impression on him. I could not find any evidence supporting this, but who cares? I believe it. Mac Barbie 07, aka Bethany Moda. Her first video was uploaded in 2009, with her channel consisting of the quintessential teen hauls and purchases from the safe haven of many a suburbanite, Bath and Body Works. Her videos were very clearly made by a teenager, and I'm not saying that as like an insult. It's why they were so appealing. She seemed like she could be your sweet neighbor. Her content didn't really shift all that much over the years. She just incorporated more tags and challenges, some featuring ethical businessmen and prevention activist Logan Paul. In 2014, she started dabbling in music. I think it was for fun. It didn't seem that serious. In 2016, she published Make Your Mind Up, My Guide to Finding Your Style. YouTubers writing books was big at this time, but they were never like out of left field topics. Like imagine if Bethany wrote Why the Iraq War Was Justified and the sequel, We Should Reinvade. I'd read that in a heartbeat. Bethany, if you're watching this, I got your grift set up. Call me. I'm on LinkedIn. In 2017, she started dating D-Trix, who is a choreographer and YouTuber, who has won an Emmy in 2016 for Best Choreography for his work on America's Best Dance Crew. Apparently they broke up, but they got back together, and based on her Instagram posts from 2013, they still seem to be an item. Around 2018 is when her channel started to slow down. She branched out into business in 2020 by creating the jewelry line Adam and Matter. In 2021, she joined the cast of the elaborate humiliation ritual known as Dancing with the Stars. She came in fourth. In 2023, Moda began hosting the show Follow Me, which, according to Variety, tracked the stories of 8 aspiring influencers, including a model, personal trainer, gamer, dancer, among others, as they competed in business-themed challenges that will strengthen their brand voices. It is somehow on season 2. Bethany is on TikTok and posts to Instagram and YouTube semi-frequently. She seems content and I think is just a classic example of someone growing out of their old content. I'm glad she's doing well. Makeup by Mandy24, aka Amanda Steele. Her first upload to YouTube was in 2010 when she was 11. She posted room tours, vlogs, the classics. I think I resonated with Amanda more than the other creators just because we were the same age, which would then just make me feel unaccomplished because then I would realize, oh my gosh, we're the same age. It was her school morning routines that would gain her popularity. I remember this Get Ready With Me for the first day of 8th grade in particular. In 2015, she briefly branched out into acting with the show Guidance on the channel Awesomeness. It was kind of a gritty show, which also starred Jordan.
You can put them, or you could put the moisturizer and stuff on your face if you want to show.
They don't have a moisturizer. They don't have the serums and the toner.
You could do the serum and toner on your face if you want.
Wouldn't that be kind of weird? I just showed those 2 on there and then the rest on my face.
No.
I feel a little awkward doing it on my face, like in front of the camera.
Okay, then just don't do that. Just do it on your hand then.
Let me try it.
It's up to you.
Gina from Gossip Girl, or as I remember her, not Hayden Panettiere from Ice Princess. She was signed to IMG Models in 2016. She uploaded a Get Ready With Me for her 17th birthday in 2018, where her outfit was a bit scandalous. And this was the straw that broke the camel's back because her style had been shifting as of late, which prompted some of her followers to state, "You've changed. You're no longer wearing Brandy Melville." She addressed the criticism in her video, "The old Amanda is dead." She beat Taylor to it.
I would do like any sort of video that showed who I was or like being myself, and I was really excited about it. Like my birthday party video, I was really excited to just do something different and show my personality and what like really happens when I'm not being recorded. And that was definitely something that people were really, really mean to me about. So
In 2019, she launched her own clothing line, Steel, which I think might be on hiatus at the very least because her website does not work anymore. She's continued working in the fashion sphere, modeling during Miami Fashion Week, attending New York Fashion Week, working with Bulgari, L'Oréal Paris, Neutrogena, American Eagle, Maybelline, Marc Jacobs, Love, AJ, and Quay. In 2021, viewers started to notice that she looked different. In her video, What Happened to My Face, Amanda admits that she got mini FX and used fillers and got Botox for TMJ, temporomandibular disorder, or TMD, which can cause, quote, pain in your jaw joint and muscles that control jaw movement. Compared to her face now, I think that she got a few more tweaks. I mean, them cheekbones. I think her look really fits that New York fashion scene aesthetic. Very like bumming a cigarette while wearing Mugler. Her Instagram is very fashion, very editorial. She's also in her bleached brow era. And if you are considering going for this look at your bone structure. Be honest, you can't pull it off. It's okay. I draw these bad boys on. If I bleached my already non-existent brows, I would look like I was going through chemo. In 2022, she announced her pregnancy with her boyfriend, Mr. World, not Mr. Worldwide. Could you imagine Pitbull as her baby daddy? Dale. The guy is also Latino, though. His name is Francisco Escobar, and he was Mr. World 2013. They met in a club, and it was love at first sight. Some people were expressing criticism that based on how much they talked about looks in the video, that their relationship was based solely on lust and wanting to make a pretty baby, which is made even weirder by the fact that she is confirmed getting work done, and he has also allegedly had some tweaks. Hey, the fact that they had only known each other for a few months before they conceived was also cause for concern. But in 2013, their baby girl Gaia was born. Amanda shared her labor and birth story, which she described as being very traumatic.
So I'm thinking like, okay, are they going to they need to give me some medicine, right? Like, I know I'm about to have a C-section. I know what that means. I know it means cutting through layers and layers of your body and that you're awake for it. So there would have to be some sort of numbing of your body to protect you from feeling all of that. But yeah, no, they didn't do anything extra for me. Just the epidural that I had was horrified. It was the most horrific thing ever because I could feel everything. I could feel like every like cut of like each layer, and it was like a horror movie.
And many people in the comment section realized that some medical malpractice had probably occurred. She wasn't able to see her baby for the first time right after she was born because Amanda was so heavily sedated, and because her daughter had to be whisked away immediately to the ICU because she wasn't breathing for 3 minutes after she was born, which can cause permanent brain damage. She couldn't even hold her baby for 3 days and had to meet her via FaceTime. But thank God both of them made it through that nightmare and they're both healthy. Now all seemed well. Francisco was posting with Gaia. This photo is just so Zoolander. But then Amanda filed for full custody of their daughter. The reason behind their breakup is unclear, but Amanda's sister posted this comment on one of his Instagram posts, accusing him of being a leech and a bum and mistreating Amanda. I have no idea what happened here. She still posts on YouTube semi-regularly, and her content is mostly fashion-related, but has shifted towards some family content. And of course, she's still active on TikTok and Instagram. RCL Beauty 101, aka Rachel Levin. She uploaded her first YouTube video in 2010. It was, again, the standard beauty and lifestyle content. Initially, she had considered shutting down her channel because other kids at her school were making fun of her, but she persevered, and she hit her stride in 2014 to 2016 with more relatable sketches about being in school, being a girl, being a sympathizer, the classics, with a sprinkle of clickbait, of course. These videos would usually feature her boyfriend at the time, Isaac. It was her Disney and superhero-themed videos, though, that were incredibly popular. Man, that costume from Party City era of YouTube was something else. By 2018, her channel had begun diversifying a bit. This was when ooky, spooky content was becoming more popular, so Rachel was making some conspiracy and haunted location-style videos. But by 2019, her channel growth had slowed down. Her most recent video series is swapping outfits with other creators, but she does not upload as consistently as she used to. Apparently, she was asked why she stopped posting, and she replied on her Snapchat that she had just ran out of ideas and that she was focusing more on her music. I couldn't find any screenshots of this, but yeah, it's an answer that makes sense. She still posts occasionally on her Instagram. She apparently got cheated on and used this opportunity to promote her song, Crumbs. I love...
You'll never get stuck in a middle seat, if there aren't any. This is
shameless self-promo. Let's go, I'm all for it. Plus, it's a catchy song. I'll sing a copyright-free snippet of it. Crumbs, 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 you're giving me crumbs. I did not do it justice. Apparently, there was a content creator by the name of Holy Hijabi who had seen a giveaway on one of Rachel's videos, and when she submitted an application, she claims that she was rejected because of her hijab.
Last part of the story time about the influencer who rejected me because of my hijab. I was heartbroken at the time because I thought that the influencer was RCL Beauty 101. RCL Beauty 101, aka Rachel, reached out to me through Instagram DMs. Together, we were both able to figure out that it was not in fact Rachel who had messaged me all those years before, but it was actually an imposter trying to steal my information.
And so everything got cleared up. Thank you, Chicken Shawarma, for providing some context. She is 29 now and still makes music. She has a new song, I Don't Want a Boyfriend, that's out now. Still a Babe 09, aka Meredith Foster. She uploaded her first video in 2010. Rewatching her morning and nighttime routines tapped into a dormant memory from middle school. It feels like putting on a pair of warm pajamas. This neck nerve damage pose also had such a chokehold on the teen girl population. Her channel consisted of hauls, tags, outfits of the day. This series single-handedly kept American Apparel open. Her uploads began to slow down in 2019, keeping in fashion with gradual dying down of the beauty/lifestyle community, at least for the OG crop of creators. It was around 2017 that some viewers began to notice that Meredith was looking very thin, especially in early 2019 when she seemed to have dropped a considerable amount of weight in a very short time span. And this was despite already being quite thin. She initially denied that anything was wrong, which is understandable because obviously she just wasn't comfortable talking about this topic publicly. In summer of 2019, she revealed that she had not just been struggling with an but thoughts, and that her had gotten so bad that she'd actually lost her period for several years and developed Hashimoto disease. Now, Meredith was raised Christian, but it wasn't until after attending a spiritual retreat in Mexico around this time that she reconnected with God. Deeply at that, with her claiming that it was her faith that helped her recover from her ED. Her subsequent content shifted and became more religious. She revealed that she was now saving herself for marriage, even talking candidly about her past experience with intimacy and her thoughts on the whole subject in episode 2 of her podcast Unfiltered Faith, which she began in 2020 with co-host Anastasia Jessica Gulko. I listened to this episode and I can only describe her podcast as the complete antithesis of Call Her Daddy.
My girlfriend of 4 years never sucks my or makes me wish I do. Cheat on her.
Despite them both speaking with the same sort of accent and inflection, which depending on who you are, might not be a bad thing. Now, of course, this is entirely her decision to make, but it did result in some pushback from individuals who were raised in purity culture and had a very negative and in some cases experience as a result of it. The real backlash began when Meredith began attending conservative conferences like Live Action, which is a pro-life organization, and expressing more right-wing beliefs, as well as not following protocol for the event that shall not be named. This is when many of her older viewers began voicing their criticism. While researching, I kept seeing people going, Meredith Foster's mom was at the January 6th insurrection. Huh? There are several Instagram stories that are posted by someone who seems to be her mother, attending the rally prior to the Capitol incident, but sadly...
audio script, how do I time each to hit it right on each product and the audio?
Just edit it.
So when I do the audio, you want me to do just one full video, just straight out of me
talking?
And then we can target it, separate it into each product.
Yeah.
When we show the B-roll. Okay. Can I just talk to the camera like that and
Yeah.
extract the audio from it?
Yeah.
Because they won't, the audio is just the audio. The face, the visual won't show, right? I don't even need this.
Maybe turn off the fan.
This is more of a technical, like into the like the script. It's talking about the product themselves, right?
Yeah.
So I go straight into the product?
Yeah.
Okay. I technically didn't write like a script. I wrote like the description of each product. I think it should be fine. The first product is an oil cleanser, and you apply this on your dry skin. It's part of a set of double cleansing that goes with your cleansing foam. You apply it for about 1 to 2 minutes and you massage it into the skin. That helps clear clogged pores and removes blackheads. The second product is the Heart Leaf Cleansing Foam. And this is what you use to follow up on the first oil cleanser. It's a gentle exfoliator and it helps clear impurities.
Wait, let me just pause you. Say my, because you're saying this is your routine. So you're saying these are the products that you use. Don't say you said this is my.
My what?
Like you've been using you. Replace that with my.
Oh, okay.
You sound a little bit more excited. You sound depressed.
I'm not used to doing it.
I know, but practice. I'm gonna just help. This is me helping you.
My first two products are a dual, which is used as double cleansing, and the first one is an oil cleanser followed up with a cleansing foam. Now the first product you apply to, because I'm trying to tell them what to do. So
You don't need it. It's not a tutorial. This is what you do. So the first product I applied to my blah blah blah. I don't know what you're saying. Let me see your script. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you the delivery. Oh, why don't you write a script if that's gonna make you more comfortable? So yeah, why don't you write a script if that's gonna make you more comfortable? Because I feel like you're thinking too much and it's making your cadence go slower. So it's the more your talking is gonna be too long. You're not gonna have enough.
I feel like when
video.
I write it out, it's gonna be a long ass essay. And it's gonna
If you write it out, then I'm able to help you cut out some shit.
Okay. Well, actually, when you write it out, you'll be able to say it faster.
Is that yeah?
It might be short.
I'll help you. Just take your time. Write it out. Stop getting so frustrated, baby.
Alright, you may continue.
You're not gonna be good at everything that you do the first time.
I know selfies were taken inside the building with the shaman, who still has not answered my emails. Like, I know you're out of jail now, so I couldn't confirm that this specific Instagram account belongs to her mother. But my personal opinion, I would not be shocked if it were true. There is no evidence that Meredith herself was in attendance, though. Could you imagine if her return to vlogging was a Jan 6 one? Hey guys, I'm in Nancy Pelosi's office. The thumbnail still has that hand on hip pose. A few months ago, Meredith uploaded a video with a woman named Britton Fairley, who is a crisis and trauma counselor. The video is not available in my country, which is what I would be saying if it wasn't for Noor. I'm just kidding, nobody's sponsoring this. Meredith reveals that she had experienced and that Britton is helping her through it. There are points where she does look really intensely at Britton. Like, you can tell that this individual has a lot of emotional influence over her, which prompted several of Meredith's fans to voice their concerns that Meredith had developed an unhealthy emotional dependency or attachment to Britton and could be taken advantage of or influenced. Their odd dynamic drew a lot of comparisons to Rudy Frank and Jodi Hildebrandt.
And I remember when Ruby first started getting into the connection stuff, so I was following along. And like the behaviors of stuff, how you're like, I don't know, the dynamic between Jodi and Ruby was very interesting. And I'm not trying to bash anybody or make assumptions, but I just need to know if anybody else felt that the Meredith and this lady video was strange, because I was getting such weird vibes. I need to discuss with somebody.
If you're unaware, Ruby Frank was a Mormon mommy vlogger, which should be an oxymoron, with a popular family channel, 8 Passengers, who, along with Jody, was sentenced to 30 years in prison for in 2024. The details of which are gruesome and I will not get into right now. There's plenty of other people who have made much more detailed videos on the topic. What's important to remember is that Jody was Ruby's life coach and allegedly had a lot of influence over her behavior, hence why she was also convicted. Now, no one is accusing Meredith or Britton of anything involving minors or generally. However, viewers just noticed that there was overlap in the way that the two pairs interacted with each other, and were just concerned that Meredith might get coerced into more fanatical or cultish behavior. Meredith responded to Jordan and McKay's video and these accusations very defensively. You can pause if you want to read this in its entirety. Now, I don't feel comfortable speculating about the behind-the-scenes dynamics of this relationship, especially if there are going to be more serious accusations made about this person. But I can understand what people mean when they describe this dynamic as being odd. Meredith is still somewhat active on her Instagram, and she still uploads episodes to her podcast. Zarella, aka Zoe Sugg. The first video on her channel was from 2011. It's a sibling tag featuring her brother Joe, who went on to create a popular YouTube channel of his own. Tags were a staple on her page, along with hauls and other beauty content. Oh, 2012. I'm missing you less and less. She seemed like a sweet woman. I had nothing against her personally, but I remember her videos had this sort of artificial brightness to them. I distinctly remember feeling like her videos were akin to staring into a snow globe, if that makes any sense. She was the ultimate British collab queen. I'm talking Marcus Butler, Sprinkle of Glitter, aka Louise Petland, Casper Lee, Miranda Sings. Ooh, I used to watch only one of these people. You guess which one. And of course, Alfie Days, aka Pointless Vlog. They were the British vlogger it couple. There is probably some 20-something-year-old out there currently working a temp job that is slowly making them understand why people become violent, who learned what love was because of these two. There really was not a period of time when her channel wasn't doing well post-2012, but she has not uploaded to her main page since 2018. She apparently broke the record for selling the most copies of a debut book with her novel Girl Online, which was loosely based on her own online experiences, selling 78,109 copies in its first lash against her, because it was revealed that she had the help of a ghostwriter by the name of Sayoban Karam. My apologies if I'm mispronouncing